Welcome to Whachacha's Tabletop World, a channel devoted to the love of board gaming. My name is Sweetness Whachacha, and today we're doing a playthrough of Concordia's expansion Sicilia. It's one side of the Sicily and Roma map, so let's get to it. Okay, so this is my very first playthrough ever, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see if it's any fun. I picked this particular game because, or this particular map actually is what I mean to say, is because this is a very weird one. It's one of the weirder ones for Concordia. There's a lot of expansions here, and I wasn't thinking I was going to like it. I did play one game of this already. I was lucky enough to win, although I'm going to try a little different strategy here and see what happens. So hopefully we'll be as lucky here. But either way, you get a sense of how the game is played. So this whole map side revolves around this volcano which is erupting, and it really only affects these three regions here. Boom, boom, boom. And it can slow, you don't get bonuses, it slows production as the light ash falls, and then as heavier ash falls, you can't build anymore, and then it ceases production entirely. So, I mean, ideally, I would think like I would just avoid those regions. I think I will build in there a little bit. I know that's not an ideal strategy, maybe, but I think you probably should be able to see how how that functions, you know, how that part of the map functions, since that's the whole point of it. Obviously, by design, you are set up next to this area, so you can't really just gain an early advantage by building elsewhere and being able to set up an engine, because you kind of want to build here. Although this region here does seem to be very appealing to build in. We're not going to do any intermediate scoring, just because it's, you know, it's a little bit extra to do. I don't think it's really necessary. It's kind of up to you to whether or not to do that. There are no A's on this map as well. That's the other thing I want to mention. It's a very tight map, so that will influence decisions there as well. I'm not using any of the expansions. I am very partial to using the salt. I had to remove them to do this. And I love those forum tiles. I believe they're called the forum tiles. They give you like either special powers and things. But, you know, my first playthrough on the channel, you might not know this or not, but when you do things like this, I have done on other channels, and, you know, it's a lot of bandwidth to keep track of the game, make your decisions good, make sure you're not making any mistakes, and also to, you know, pay attention to the fact that you're filming it and need to be vocalizing things, etc. So it's a little bit of a bandwidth, so I decided just to keep things simple and remove them, even though I really do like those. Weird thing here, it seems like this should be passable, although I don't think that it is. So this part of the island seems, not island, but this part of Sicily seems to be a little difficult to get to. I don't really find that you score great with Mars for having a lot of colonists, and because it's such a small map, I probably won't build my guys, my extra colonists. That does give you more room to get goods, but I think in general that's when my strategy is going to be that. Also, I'm having a little trouble squeezing this all on the board, so you know, this part of the track is not going to really be visible that well. If he gets up that high around the corner there, you'll just have to deal with that, I guess. I apologize. I have set it up already. He got the farmer. I was really kind of hoping he would get the brick. The farmer's a little bit more points, so he's got a little leg up there. He gets one of the specialists to start. Contreras, however you pronounce that. In the Latin. Okay, so let's look at how this is set up here. Oh, I do want to mention too, there you get an extra Sistari on the backs of these. That's one of the other differences here. But the main difference here is when you do the Tribune, you're going to activate this volcano, because you can see it gets more and more deadly as the eruption begins. But we are going to seed it with starting here. Now that I do have these are supposed to be like upside down, so you can't see them. But I'm just going to kind of reach off camera here and mix them around and grab out 3. You do get, this is a little bit of a weird thing, because you do get the bonus depicted here. So for instance here, okay, that's the first one to come out. It's going to go in this spot. It's tools. You normally get that bonus, but it doesn't say whether, it says if you draw the neutral tiles, which is not in a 2-player game, that you ignore that for the beginning, but it doesn't specify about this. So maybe make it a little hard on myself, but I don't think that's part of the rules. Okay, and unfortunately that's another tool, so we're gonna lose production in this gray region here. We're just gonna lose the bonus. We can still produce there until it gets a little farther down, so that's gonna be this region here. And then my last one here is going to be this wine. So you would normally get those goods. As I say, it's a little unclear. It doesn't sound like you get them, but they did say that you don't get to use these other, there are these other, you know, bonuses that you take out, neutral tiles they call them. Okay, so that's not affecting anything too badly yet. So just when we do the Tribune, I'm going to try to do that, go to the end each time, depending on how the strategy is looking to do that. Okay, so I'm set up here. I've got my opening Sestari, which I'll call money, coins, Sestari. I'll change it all the time. And I've got my tea here. Been getting very much into tea drinking lately. I've always drank tea, but I've been expanding my horizons. I'm having a white blueberry, which is really good. I just generally like black teas, in the, especially in the morning, Earl Grey, or I have this Black Forest Ceylon that I've been drinking. Little local place, Walnut Tea Company. I don't get anything out of that. That's just, I'm just excited about drinking that tea. You get the little blueberries in there. You can kind of see those dried blueberries. It's quite nice. I enjoy it. And this white tea is really, really quite good. And it's nice for a little lighter experience. Okay, well, you're not here for tea. We're here to play this game. And I think, yeah, so let's get into it here. Let's start with my opening strategy, which I really am conflicted, and this is kind of the interesting thing about this map. As I mentioned, you want to build here early if you're going to build here, but later on you might not be able to produce. Like here, you're not going to get the bonus goods, so this is really not the best region to build in. But if you want to go for Saturn, that can be good. And Saturn versus Jupiter, those are the ones I usually like to go for as far as goals. And Jupiter, it's meaningless to build a brick house unless you can build all your houses, which we might try to do. I think I'm going to go for, simply because Saturn is here and I can get that a lot cheaper. Although he can grab that up pretty easily, so I might not. I hate to waste my buying up to 2 cards and only be able to buy 1 card. I am tempted to do that. I'd like to start my engine though as well, and I've only got 1 brick, but I could move. If I start my engine, I could go here. Can I afford to build here? That's 9. I cannot. Okay, so I think what I'll do first is I'm going to try to get some money to build with. I'm going to take 3 coins, and then I think because I can't quite reach these yet, I usually like to build in the Cloth City since it's very, you get a lot of money for those goods. But I think I'm gonna. I don't have not very close by, so we're gonna spend. You're gonna get $7 for that, and I think we're gonna buy 2 bricks, and then it'll give us an extra coin left over. So that's 9, which will allow me to build here and here. I think yes, and I don't really want to waste by building the brick, and especially for Saturn in the same region. But I feel like I want to get some kind of engine going a little bit. Okay, so that was that. I usually, here's my little trick. I've been putting this here so I remember to roll his die. A very clean little system that I like quite a bit. Okay, so he's going to go, he's going to move, I guess we can choose to move his worker or his ship. We have that, actually no, we don't have that choice. So this is a C or an R, so he actually will build here. Actually, that's preferable to us. So we can decide whether to move his colonist or his ship. I think we'll move his colonist. To do so, we could even move his ship here. But yeah, that's our choice. Okay, so we'll put this here. That's a C. He builds alphabetically if he has an equidistant one, which he did in this case. And then the region is going to, the province, will produce. So we'll put that there, and then that doesn't really mean anything other than just flipping this over for money. Okay, so we did that. Now we're going to, I'd love to buy this. As I said, Mars is going to help me. These are hard to guess now. I'm trying to avoid that, so I probably won't buy that. So I'm going to hold off on that for a moment. Although I guess I should buy if I'm going to buy, because he's going to get a card if I go and build. So we're going to do that first. I'm just going to buy this one card, spending my tool to do so, into my hand. It's a diplomat, which is also good because I can try to copy one of his. Okay, so I didn't do my trick was to do that. So he's going to build in wine. Oh, that is brutal. Although he can reach this one, it's H-A-H-E. Okay, so that was, whew, that was very close to really spoiling my plans there. So luckily that is and it's a new province. So either way, he always likes to build in a new province, and so he's equidistant to those two, and so we can take that one as it's an HA. So that was very fortunate there, and he just built a house it does not produce. So he's got a little bit of an early lead here. He can be quite... I didn't move these down. That's a mistake. Kind of. It doesn't really matter. Okay, there's our weaver up there if we ever want to get that. Luckily, these are not in those regions. I don't know if that's luck or by design of the game. I wonder. This is a B, and this is a B, so now it could have actually been in there. Okay, so let's now, we can actually build, yeah, let's go ahead and build, since we've taken the card that we really wanted, although he could get this, yeah, because this one is available. So do our little trick here, we're going to move our colonists, we'll move the ship up, because I would like to build these two. Again, I really don't want that brick city, but c'est la vie. Okay, so that's this and $1, and this guy and $4, which is $5, and the 2 bricks. No, just 1 brick. I always forget that because I never build the brick city. So that's 5, and we're going to get out 2 houses. I'm thinking I'm going to try to go up the coast here and maybe cut along the center here. Maybe just ignoring that, although it does seem if I'm going to go for Saturn I should be doing that, but we'll see. We'll see where we're at. Okay, and then we do this. He's going to get the first card, which is the Mars, which is fine by me. I don't really like to buy those anyway. The other thing is like this, I really hope he takes the colonists over the cards, although that's not good for, since he's got that. You got to pay attention to what he's doing a little bit. He's obviously predictable on what you're doing, but of course it's there is some chance there. Okay, so we did our thing. I think now it is the right move to do the prefect to get this region. So we're going to get, flip this over, and that's going to be the double bonus. So that's going to be, we're going to take the bonus good twice. We have a house here, so that's going to be 3 wine, and then 1 brick because we have that brick there. So we got a little bit going here, and I think that this is here, although I'm going to have to wait till it gets a little more affordable. That was one reason not to get rid of the cloth before, but I like to kind of get things rolling. Okay, so that's done. Oh, one other thing I like to do actually that I forgot to start doing here is I built in green. If I'm going to go for this strategy, and also for his, his bot actions, he wants to build in places he hasn't built. So I like to add these cubes, which I did recently, essential game things to buy. So I like to add those just to make it a little less bandwidth, so I don't have to keep counting up and looking. I can kind of see it as long as I remember. That'll work. And then we're going to give him his 2 points. I really should have a little thing to put on there to remind me to do his points, much the way I have these set up for the putting the die on there. Okay, so let's see now. We have built up. I'd like to move up the coast. These I'm probably not going to buy. I mean, this is one reason to get the Mason, but I've locked in my strategy. Maybe that'll be good strategy for another time. I've never really done that, tried to get the Mason specialist card and then just build like in every city. That's kind of interesting actually. You could build all the brick cities, get all your cities out. They're much less expensive. And then get those Saturn cards. But that's for another game. So let's see. I'm gonna need. I can build in. Right now, I can build in wheat, the farmer, or wine, wheat or wine. There's a wine here. I don't really need to do this because I'd like to get into other regions. Yeah, I could also produce, let's see, because I can go 1, 2. I'm kind of wondering if I should produce in one of these, although I don't have enough money to build, so I need to do something about that. I think I'm going to take this to do the bonus, and I'll pick this region here. Well, it doesn't matter, he gets a minimum 1 back. So he'll get a point just so I don't forget, and that's 3, 6, and then I can restart that again. So I think that's maybe what I should do. Let's take 6, okay. And I always look at this sometimes instead of this and not remembering whether I can build or not. Okay, I gave him his 2 points. Now let's take a look. I just have the diplomats. I don't have a lot of room, so I would like to build, even though that's going to allow him to grab a card. So let's go ahead and, or excuse me, he's going to be able to, yeah. So let's use his architect here. And we're going to put this on here because I know I have to roll that for him. And we're going to do a little move and build, I think. So if I want to do my building in multiple regions, this is not closed off yet. So I think ideally I'd like to do 1, 2, and then build here and here. Because that's a wine. I don't have a tool. And unfortunately those are there. So I'm only going to be able to build 1 house. Or, let's see. Yeah, I think unfortunately it's a less efficient way to do this and let him grab a card and only build 1 place. Oh, I don't love that. And I'm surrounded by these tools. The only other option is to do that. Or I could go up the coast, 1, 2, and again, I don't have a tool. So that was short-sightedness not to do that. So I think I'm going to have to miss out 1, 2. And perhaps later I'll get a couple of tools, that's what I'll do. And then I'll move 1, 2, and then I'll build the tool here, and I'll build the tool here. Okay, so next up I gotta get myself some tools. Okay, so we're gonna build just the 1 house, which is not the efficiency that I'm gonna need to win this, so that's unfortunate. And I'm gonna build here. But it is increasing my desire to get that card. I do have a wine, and we're gonna draw this for him. So unfortunately 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's unfortunately got that Jupiter. So definitely not a lot of those. So. Okay, so that's done. I've got another diplomat. Again, I want to try to get all the way as possible. Now, it's possible to get some bonus goods here. Not as likely for the tools, which is what I want. So maybe I'm going to copy his card to grab that, the wine special. Oh, I thought this was the wine specialist. Okay, I'm not correct here, although this has to move down. There it is here. So that's a ways off. Unless there's a console. No console yet. That must be buried in the deck somewhere else. Okay, so I think I want to wait on this. I've only got room for a few items, and that's up to 3 items I could get. It seems foolish to move and do what I just said I was going to do because I was going to get tools. But 1, 2... Man, there's like tools everywhere. That was very short-sighted. Although I could go... I could reach here. I cannot reach there. Okay, I'm going to go... yeah, I'm gonna do this. I really 3 moves ago I should have realized I'm getting netted in with these. Well, the other thing I could do actually is there's only 1 more wine. This card is far off. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna get myself in a better position. So I'm gonna, even though I know I only have space for 3 things, I'm gonna use the diplomat. Right, to do this Mercator, which is going to give me 3. And he's going to roll the black die, and I'm done. And I'm going to trade up the 2 types of goods. So I'm going to leave this here to remind myself of that. And I'm going to sell both these wines because I don't need them for a little while. So I think that's the thing to do, which is $12 coming in. And I think I'm going to get 2 tools. I got my salt is still in here. Boy, I get used to that pretty easily. Maybe that's why I wonder if that's actually why I did that, because I'm used to being able to use salt as other goods. Although I haven't played Concordia in quite a while, other than my game that I played just to warm up on this. It was going a lot better last time, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so that's all I can do. I'm going to roll this. I'm glad I put this here. That is a brick city. So he's always going to want to go to where he hasn't gone before and build bricks. So I think this is going to be 1, 2. Or he could go 1. This is T and this is S. So actually he will do this. 1, 2, and build his house here. And did that produce? I can't remember. And the province produces. Okay, so that will produce doesn't matter to me. I don't have anything there. Okay, and then we're going to have to do this. Okay, so now this is the interesting part here with the Tribune, is that I'm going to put this here because he's going to do this and he's going to build a specialist house. But this is also going to come out. So let me just count this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to get $4. And unfortunately, I didn't really get as many cards. I think just the way those cards came out was not my favorite. That's just $4 for Sesteri. And then we're going to do this, and then we'll do this. Okay, so we're going to grab out 3. Hopefully it'll be something I can use. I saw kind of what they were, but I don't think it matters because I don't have a choice in it. Okay, so that comes out, does nothing. Then this one comes out, same thing, and that's going to go into this yellow region here. We're no longer going to get a bonus there. So that's that. And I forgot, well, we'll hold off on that for a second. And then we've got our last one, which is this, and now there's no more building here. Well, that's unfortunate because, yeah, that's unfortunate. Now I can no longer, no, I still have this. So no more houses up there is going to really hurt my Saturn strategy. Oh, and I get 1, 2, 3 wheat. Was it 1, 2? Yeah, it was all 3 wheat. That's so weird. Okay, so I could get another guy now. I gotta look at the timing of this to recover personality cards as usual. Okay, so I would have done my colonist then. Oh, no, recover personality cards, draw and place a volcano tile, okay, which is, so 3. Okay, so then draw and place a volcano tile, and then place a new colonist as usual. So this is a little bit tricky now. Do I want to place another colonist? Very tricky, because if I do, I'm going to give up one of these tools, and that's really what I need to... I'm not going to take him. That might be foolish, but it's part of my strategy. I got to stick to my strategy, even if it's not the best one. Okay, so hopefully he won't get a card. He got a colonist, much better. Okay, so next we have... Okay, so that was it for that. We've got our cards back, it's ready to go. Okay, so now I have the ability to 3-3, that's 3-3. Let's do it, let's just reorganize this a little bit. Okay, so that would be for the 2 tools cities. If I wanted to move 1, and then I could do this. Actually, I would move 1, 2, so I get around the horn, as they call the southern tip of Africa, I believe. Is well, there's 2 horns, I guess. And, oh yes, because if you go, this is an interesting little tidbit. Sailors would get an ear piercing in the ye old days for going around the horn, and whether you went around South America or Africa, that's the ear you would get. Interesting little factoid there. Unnecessary here. Oh boy. Yeah, let's clear the way a little bit. Let's go ahead and get, but if I move, he's going to buy another card. And I really would like that. But I think I'm going to have to risk it because I do not have cloth, and nor will I get it anytime soon unless I use the bonus to produce. But I don't want to produce because I can't take anything because I'm full up. So I kind of have to do it this way. So we're going to do it this way and just hope we don't roll a 4. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, and then we'll build here. I'm going to remember that I built into orange, and we're going to remember I built into purple. Okay, so, and he built, by the way, over here. This is the hard part of this. I got an extra thing to think about with the camera, so I usually am pretty good with doing that. So we're going to spend this money, or sistere, and these goods, and we are going to get 2 houses. So I'm keeping on track with him a little bit here. We're going to go here and here. Now, since I'm not building any brick cities, I really would like to get that as well, but we'll see what happens as we get along there. Okay, so let's hope he doesn't get, okay, good. He just got the brick one. This is actually my least interesting card for me, as I said before, so that was actually a little bit of luck. We gotta wait till this gets down there a little bit more. That wine one will be a nice bit of points for us. That goes back. Okay, so now we need to wash, rinse, repeat. I want to get up the coast a little more and build up in here. Actually, ideally, I would go here and here, and I would need 9 to do that. So I just have 9 now, but I don't have the goods, but I could get the goods if I wanted to do that. I don't have another architect, although he does. It's nice having these 2 diplomats available to me. This is the last card I want to play. Well, I do want that, and I don't have a wine. So I think maybe I should produce. I'm going to do that so I can build some more. That's the best thing to do. It won't matter about this because this region is not going to get covered over. We're going to, oh, I know I haven't done it since I flipped the cards. Okay, so we're going to flip this over, and we're going to take 2 wine. You get the bonus good and the bonus. We're going to get 1 for that and the brick. So that's exactly 4. This is the, as I probably keep repeating, the bad side about not building these colonists. And then he's going to get a minimum of 2, so it doesn't really matter. He's going to get 2 no matter what to do that. Okay. Now I don't have a ton of money to build, but I might just have enough to do 2. I don't have cloth, so I cannot build up in that area for the cloth. So I could build, and that's another cloth here, so a little bit tricky. Oh, but they'll do 1, 2, okay, that's not connected. I don't have any tools left. I really would ideally build where there's wheat. Boy, maybe I should have gotten a different region, but I wouldn't have gotten the brick. It's only 1 brick. Well, I only need 1 more wine, essentially, other than to buy that card. I need wine and brick. Okay, it's still a way off, so maybe I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a little sale. I'm gonna take 3. I'm gonna need to do a city for him. So I'm gonna take 3 Sistari here, and then I'm going to sell 2 of the wines, which will give me 12. Let's just take this so I get less confused. I usually do a little cheat where I like kind of do the math as I'm going here, but okay, and that was selling 1 good, and now what's the next thing? I really would like this. Could I build and buy 2? Buying 2 would be 14. which would be that, would be to buy them, and then to build them would be, ooh, I have just enough. Yep, although this is a region I already have. So I'd have to go 1, but I would get more houses out, and that's efficient. Yeah. The Weaver is here, and he could easily take that, which is a lot less of a reason to take the... because he's going to build after this. Yeah, okay. So I think... that's tricky. What is my other option? I'm still waiting on to figure out what I'm going to buy here. So my other option is I could go... Can I get anywhere I can really build twice? If I want to just get my buildings out, I could just build in that brick. Can't build here. 1, 2. I can build both of those. Maybe I should... Alright, I'm just going to buy one of these. It's not that efficient, though. But then I can produce in both of these regions, and they would give me nice little bonuses. Okay, we are going to do that. Especially since I have just about enough money. That's a weird little reason to do it, but... Okay, so that's 14 for those two. We'll do this, which is brick, luckily. And he is... Where's his other guy up here? Okay, so... He is not built here, but he cannot anymore. There's no more brick on that side that he hasn't built, so let's look for other brick. He can do 1, 2, and he cannot build brick. Now, brick is the lowest one he'll go to. So, I believe... Yeah, that's weird because he can't build here. That's tricky. That's usually you jump down 1 for him, but... If he cannot build in brick, I believe he's going to build in one of my cities, is what he's going to do. So, I normally don't have to, this is such a clean system, I normally don't have to do this, but this is kind of interesting. If no brick city is available, Contrarius builds in a cloth city. Okay, well, can he reach a cloth city? Oh, that's bad. 1, 2, he cannot. It's interesting. Oh, he can build in... Oh, he can't build there because of the ash. This is a bit tricky here. I'm not quite sure... So he wants to build brick, and he can't build brick because he can't reach it. So the next step would be to... Multiple cities are still available, okay, but we can't. So he tries to build in, but he can't build in this or the cloth because there's no cloth. Boy, this is a real funny, interesting little tidbit here. I guess I'm going to let him build in a... I guess, for lack of a better thing, to keep the game moving here, I'm going to have him build in a province he does not have something in, which is one of his parameters. But that was a weird thing because I've never had that happen where it wasn't quite easy. I think it's just... This wrinkle is that you can't build in there, which is kind of interesting. Actually, I'm just realizing that is less of a reason to do this, but I've already locked myself in. Okay, so unfortunately we happen to roll brick there, whatever, and then the region produces, which is green. It's already produced, so I believe that resets these. And then we do this, and that, right? Look at that, 2, yeah, they reactivated, okay. But only if there's 3. Haha. Boy, that was this one and this one. So he doesn't reactivate them because there's not 3. Okay, now he's built down here. So that was too bad. It would have been nice if he activated that. Although I guess 1, 2. I'm just going to move him further along so that he doesn't have that problem again. Okay. All right, so that was that. That was an ordeal. Now, I've gotten so confused doing that for him. I'm forgetting, but okay, yes, I do remember now. I want to. I'm full up, so I really got to use my diplomat now to do his architect, which I'm going to flip over, and I'll leave the blue die here to remember to do that. And I think what I decided was 1, 2. And I could actually build in both of those. Yes, and I could save that for that, because that would be worth, although I'm saving it for that. Okay, so that's a little, okay, so I was just thinking, like, if I built here, I could use the cloth to buy this, but it's, you know, I only have the one cloth. Okay, so we're going to build this and, ooh, backtrack. I can't do that, so let's go here. 1, because I'm only going to be able to build 1. You know what? I'm going to get more houses out. I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to do this and 1, and I'm going to do this. Maybe I'll be able to get that Jupiter card, which is 7. So that was a slight error because I forgot I didn't have enough brick. Or my mind got muddled from the earlier thinking. And here. So I already had that region. I really wanted to build this, but I can't because I can't quite get it. But if I can do this, okay. So I can no longer build in this region, and but I can still produce, but I don't have anything there. So that's never going to be anything. Which is interesting. Hey, nothing like a volcano to shut down your workday. Okay, and now this. Luckily, see, that's why I leave that there. 1, 2, 3. Ah, the worst one. He took my Saturn. Wow, that's getting worse and worse. All right, so that's a bit of poor luck that might swing it. I don't think I'm going to have quite enough Saturn cards to win it now. I don't think there's that many. So now, not building brick is a way, but no, I didn't buy very many. I only have 2. I think it's just the 2 I started with. Yeah, I just have 2 that I started with on the. So I'm gonna have to buy this. Well, I have 2 brick cities now. That was foolish. I wish he did not get that card. That was not the one I wanted him to get. That's unfortunate. I'm kind of curious how many other Saturn cards are in there. Maybe at least 1 more. 1, 2, 3. But I really have only built in 1, 2, 3, 4 regions. Although this will be a easy 5. I could also go up here. Okay. Alright, well, nothing I can do about it at the moment. Alright, buying cards. I do want this, but I do have that cloth. But I don't really want to spend the cloth just to get that Jupiter, but it might be worth it. But I don't have tools, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so I can produce in a region. Now I've got this purple region to go for. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to set myself up to build these, and I'll hopefully buy that card. Okay, these 2 are going to be what I want. This doesn't have a cloth, though. Although the cloth is the best one. Okay, so let's do that. All right, so we're going to do... we're going to activate here, which is the purple region, which is going to give us 1 cloth. And then we're going to use our guys, which is brick and tools. So we can squeeze out another house. Alright, so that was a real oversight with that brick before too. I have made a couple of mistakes here, partly because maybe, I don't know, whatever it is, but yeah, 2 houses, 2 points. Okay, so should I purchase that Jupiter? It's really not a great idea to spend that cloth and just get 1 card. Although this is not a bad one either. I do have wine, so maybe it's time to buy. Yeah. I could buy 2 cards, and that would prolong me having to do the Tribune. Okay, so it's getting a little dicey there for a second. Okay, so I think what I should do is I'm going to get these 2 cards here. I just thought about it for a moment, and I'm like, okay, I have enough to do it. I should do it. So I'm going to play the Senator. I don't want to forget this. And I'm going to buy these 2, which is going to cost me a brick, a tool, a wine. Okay, that's for that. And then 2 cloth, which I really hate to give up. But the reason I think this is going to work is because I can use this wine to produce 1, 2 wine, or I can do my build here. I can't build there. Or I can do that and get a couple of wine that I can spend next. So let's do that. So we're going to roll for this. He's going to build in an Iron City, Tools City. He wants to go to a region he hasn't been to. So 1, 2. He can't quite reach up there. He likes to build where no other houses are. However, I think he will. Okay, he can't reach an Iron City, so the next step down would be to do a brick city, or excuse me, a farming city. But can he reach one of those? He can't build here. This really is a weird thing that does with Contrarius here. 1, 2. He can't do that, so the next one is going to be brick. So 1, 2, but next round he's going to get much easier chance to do that. Okay, and then he doesn't produce, unfortunately, because that would be nice for him to produce my wine. Okay, so I can do this. That would give me a couple of wine. Forgot about this. That is quite nice, but I really can only... 10 points is still a pretty decent chunk of points. But he'll get 3 just from me using that, but then I'll be able to produce my cloth. Alright, I'm stuck on this now. I should just build up here and then do this. But I can't build up. I keep forgetting that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's going to take me 2 moves to get up there. And now I can only really build in these. Okay, so I think what I should do maybe is... This is wasteful. I can't build anything, so I'm not doing that. Unless I want to get all my houses out. No, I need to get some... I need to get some stuff. So let's... I think I'm going to do this. I hate to do it without building that, but I'm going to do it. 1, 2, 3. That's going to give me 2 wine. Since I can't get up there, I'm going to just use this wine to sell, but maybe I should produce in a region and then I can use this to sell. He has a... Let's hope he has a selling card left. He does not, so I can't actually sell. Oh, thinking. I could produce. I think I can't produce there. That's where I get the bricks. Although I'm glad I have these bricks. Although both the places I built the bricks. So maybe I should move and build, and then I should produce so I can get some bricks. But then it'll be Tribune time, and he might fill me up anyway. I do love to do things efficiently. He's got a number of prefect cards here. What I need is brick. I don't want to move and have him buy. Although that's the only 2 cards that you really can get. And I wish this console would come out a little sooner in order to buy other stuff. Okay, so I guess I don't really have much of a choice here. I'm going to have to move and build. I can't build unless I want to get rid of my... I don't have any bricks, so I can only build in brick cities, which also are in... Alright, and I can't buy. That's what I really need to do then to get... I could copy his mason. That's what I should do. Okay, so his mason, I'm going to do this now because I need bricks. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to forget that. We're going to copy the mason. That was a nice little move there, and I have just the 2 brick cities, I believe. Yes. Okay, so 2 bricks. And now I can build in 2 farmer cities, which isn't great. I can't though. I need the money. I can build in 2 brick. I can do 2 brick if I can get to them, which I can't. Welp, you have witnessed the inefficient play. A couple of inefficient plays. Okay, so this is very likely to get covered over, these 2. So if I just moved just to move, 1, 2. Okay, so I just deliberated for a minute. I think I really need to do something here. I can't play as efficiently as I'd like to. I'm gonna have to just build in this farming city here, although he'll take a card for that. I really don't want him to, but actually it might even help me if he moves these 2 cards a little closer. So I'm gonna move up 1 into here. Actually, this is likely to get covered over. I was thinking about going here, but I think what I'll do instead is move here. That way I can, I can't quite reach that anyway. I would like to build that last wine, although look at this. I'm gonna build here. I'm gonna move here, and oh, I can't build there because it's probably not gonna be, okay, so I'll stay here. And then I go 1, 2, I'm not likely to get out all my houses now, unfortunately. I've kind of split my strategy. Boy, this really is an interesting thing because, like, I could send my guy up this way, I could get the wine here, I could go for the weaver thing, but, like, these areas getting shut down, or the threat of them getting shut down is just kind of, like, really messing with an optimum strategy. And then this map, not being able to kind of, like, round the horn. Of course, I didn't do myself any favors with this. I don't know, we'll see. I'm not out of it yet. Oh, I'm gonna build 1, 2. I gotta build something, otherwise it's really pointless to have done this. Okay, so I'm gonna build 1 house here. And then this. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. That's the weaver. Okay, well now that makes it easier. Now there's no more reason to build in those the cloth cities. So I'm glad I didn't do that. There's no other benefit for that. Okay, so now I'm going to have to pick up all my cards, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 6. Gives me a little bit of scratch. And then we're going to do, I'm going to do this so I don't forget this. And then we're going to cover over now again. Just quickly. It's interesting because what does he react to this? He reacts to your tribune, so I think he probably reacts first. It's going to matter because, okay, it isn't going to matter. If he was going to, because he can't, he's going to build to a specialist, and that will matter if he has to build in someplace here. So his best specialist at the moment is the weaver. So he can actually reach the weaver from here. It's 1, 2, yeah. So 1, 2, I knocked over the volcano, and he'll build in there. That's actually pretty bad since that's 5 points for him. He's going to get one of these guys, another ship. That's done. I've done my thing. I'm not going to buy any colonists, and now we're going to draw 3 tiles out of here. Okay, it's this. So this region is now not going to produce as well. And then this is next. Okay, no more building here. So that's it for that. And then this last tool. So now that's all she wrote for this region. Which, oh, sorry, nope. Let's see, it will still produce, but you can't build there. So now I'm glad I did not move towards that. That was what I was concerned about. All right, we're moving into the last phase of the game. I don't think I've got this one this time. Unfortunately, I made a few errors throughout the game. And I'm paying the price for that. Although I did build here. I can no longer build in, I'm just going to do this so I kind of remember I can't build there anymore. So I really would like to build here. I don't think, 1, 2, 3, I could technically get there. But I think this is my best, 1, 2, 3, unfortunately that'd be, so as much as I would like this is probably what, 3 points, 4 points at the end of the game, but building here is actually going to be more points and it gets another house out. Although I do need to do this. I want to buy this and this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got this within his realm. I have a couple of brick houses, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's more to get that, so I really need that. But right now it's 2 cloth. Where's that console? That is the console. Okay, so I would need 2 cloth. Ah, look at this. Okay, that's what I should do. Oh, I forgot. Okay, this was already out. It was a tool and a wine. I think 2 wine. I can't remember. I'm just going to take the tool and the wine. Although now that's tricky because now I'm tempted to, I wanted to do that and I can't do that. But I think it was a 3rd wine. But I'm not going to take it. Yes, I am going to take it because I know it. Was it this? That was, I just put that out, so it was this. Okay. All right. What to do now? All right, I had a little more of a think about what to do here. And I think I really gotta get these cards because that's going to be the multipliers. I don't think I'm going to be able to build this. I only have so far, again, not building enough colonists here. I only can really get up to here with these 2 cards. That's 1, 2, 3. Because these regions are unbuildable, I would love to move up this way and kind of build a bunch of stuff, but unfortunately that's not really going to be possible. But I don't want him to buy the cards that I want, so I think it's going to force me, I just rearranged my hand a little bit here, it's going to force me to buy those first. Now I need this, and I'm going to split this into 3, and I need this column here I need to do that. But to buy, that was my problem. To get that console, I'm going to need 2 cloth. Those are the 2 I want. So either I can buy the console or I can buy this straight away, in which case I would need 1, 2, 3 cloth, which I do not have. I could get it here, but I have to get rid of some of my other goods. So I think what first thing I have to do is I need to do this, and this is the only place I have to build, so I'm going to have to risk him building someplace that I want him to build. Although, if he goes here and does this, then I'm in trouble. But we're going to have to risk. We're going to have to risk that. Is there another region I could get cloth? No. That's where I'm going to need to do it. So let's just hope he doesn't roll to build here. Let's hope he doesn't roll wine. 1, 2, although he can't reach it either. That was my whole problem before. Okay, so that's good. So he can't take that province. I can take that. So what we'll do is we're going to take 3 Sistari, which I don't believe I did yet because this is on top of that. And then we're going to trade up to 2 types of goods. Now I need this one here. And I'm going to need another good. So I think I'm going to have to do it this way. I don't really have a lot of choice here. So that's 3, 18. And then I'm going to get 3 of these, which would be 21. So we're going to give up 3, and we're going to take 3 of these. Oh, I could also get it via this way. That was stupid. Although I can buy more that way. Now I don't actually have to do the producing of the region, so I think that's what we'll do, just so I can cut out the middleman there. Okay, we're going to roll this. It is a wine, hilariously enough. So he can't reach a wine. He doesn't like to build where we are. But again, let's check. He can build where there already is a house. So let's just have him, he's going to build here. And then this region produces, which is the blue region. So I actually will get a wine out of that, which I can't use, unfortunately. So that was a bit of a bummer, and that's my card gone. Okay, and now I'm going to use my Senator. I'm in like desperation mode here because I'm, when you know you've probably lost, you kind of start, I don't know. That's a weird little comment. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna buy this and this, and that's gonna be a cloth, a wine. I don't have a wine. That was so stupid. Although this was the opposite way. Okay, so we're gonna not sell one more of these. That was $7 spent. We're gonna keep this, which would have been $6 not gained. Okay, so, and I need 2 cloth. Okay, so I'm not actually gonna be able to buy that. That's a bummer. So let's just redo what we did. Okay, hopefully that's right. We'll do a little fix of the backseat, and I'm going to buy 2 cards, which is going to be the console, which I'm going to end up using to get that other card, but this isn't moved yet. And then I'm going to get, I should get something else, right? This isn't a bad one to get, but I have no wine again, so that was very poor planning there. This is, I guess it's still 4 points. And again, this is the same thing, so I'm just going to do this, I guess, which is this and a random good, which is going to have maybe just be this other food. Okay, so I'm going to take that. He's going to roll his. Sorry that was a little messy. He's going to do a specialist. That's another 5 points for him if he gets to this. So he can't build there. He can't reach there. It's his best specialist. Oh, he can reach there, actually. Okay, that's a bummer because that's another 5 points for him. I really wanted to get that Weaver. The other thing is I can try to grab the last card and get that 7 points from the having the Concordia card. Okay. All right. This is the only other thing I was wanting to definitely do, but that's going to allow him to grab 2 of the last couple of cards. Oh, the console. That's what I was going to do. Okay. He's going to build another house, unfortunately, but I need that. I need this Saturn, which I don't have a wine. So first, let's produce. Can't build there. Let's produce someplace I can get some tool. Okay, actually I can't because everything is flipped over except for this. So that would give me cloth. Or I could just take the money, but the money is not what I need at the moment. I need the tools and the wine. I need the wine to get that, so I have to do something about that. There are no wine to take, so I have to pick someplace that I have a wine, which I don't. I guess I could just do this. This is what I should do. Okay, so instead of this, we're going to do the Vintner, and he's going to get 1, 2, 3 points. I'll do that before I forget. And I have 1, 2 wines. Again, it's a real bummer about that. And now I'm going to use the console card, which he is going to build a house, but I'm going to spend this wine. Right, okay, this is the last card I really wanted. However, I still want to build there. That will give me a nice little more chunk of more points. He's going to build in wine. 1, 2, He can build where I built though. So he can't build here. This he can't build because there's no building. And where's his ship is over there. Okay, so the next step down from wine is tools. So he'll go here, I think, and build a tool. H versus A, so I guess, but this is a region he hasn't built in, so he will build here. Okay. Okay, so that takes care of that. My console done. Okay, so I can try to buy the last card in order to get that. In order to get the Concordia card for 7 points. Okay, so but first we'll do this. We'll move up to here. 1, 2. I can't build in either of these. Now the other thing is I could just move the 1 now and then move the 2 to build this later. If I could move here to essentially get something done, but I can't build here or here. This is a brick city, so it's sort of useless. I've already built in the other cities. I mean, this would be a good city to build in to get some points from. I mean, no other city I can build in is going to give me points because the brick cities aren't worth anything. It doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to go here. And yeah, okay. And then he's going to get card 4, which there is no card 4, so he always takes the first card. To here. Okay. And then that's it for that. I could do this again. It doesn't really help to, he doesn't have a, so I would have to do this, I'd have to pick up my cards again in order to build another house and move farther. So despite the constricted map, it was a mistake not to build at least one of these colonists. Okay, so I'm going to do this, and I unfortunately can't build here, and I can't build to these, so there's no way, this whole region. A very difficult map this one is. I think this is definitely the hardest map I played on. I did it differently, maybe I had a little more luck the last game. C'est la vie. Okay, so this is going to go, this is going to go. I'm going to build one measly house. Very inefficient in building this game. And that's going to give me that last region, luckily, that I can build in, because I couldn't build in these two. And then he's going to respond by buying a card, which is 3, but it just is going to be the 1. Doesn't really matter now, unless actually he got something that allowed me to build another architect. Okay, so not much left. I want to buy this card, and can I buy it? That's the question. Senator. He's got a senator, so I could buy that last card to get the Concordia card. So how do I maximize my points before that happens? I cannot build any more houses, which is a bummer. I can take some goods, and then that's going to be worth money at the end, although I can just activate the regions, although that will give him points. So I think if I activate the regions, I need at least 10 to get a point. So if he's going to get 2 points from me activating a region, that's not a good exchange. Even if I can get this one, which would be 3, that would be 21 points, which is 2. So it's just an even exchange. So this is pointless to do. I certainly don't need to take my cards back for the same reason. I don't want to do this because he could take that last card if he rolls the card. And I want that 7 points from the Concordia. The Diplomat is essentially the same thing as this, and this is the production, which is again the same logic that I just had. And because I can't build in these regions, I can't build very efficiently, I can't really get these things. Now we're locked on houses. I don't know what will happen here, but let's use the Diplomat to turn over this. We're going to use the Senator. Actually, can I buy that? Yes, because I have a wine. Okay, buy that last card, which is a pretty useless card, but maybe that'll be the edge I need. Okay, and then he'll build one last house, which is going to be a wine. Can he reach the wine now? 1, 2, he can. So that elusive wine place I really wanted to get, he managed to get. Okay, well, a bit of a messy game, unfortunately. But you can see it really, before we do the final scoring here, just a couple of quick thoughts. Despite this being a constrained map and me thinking like, oh, I don't have to worry as well, I think maybe I built a few in these regions in the first game I played. But unfortunately, these, it's very inefficient. I think the last game I moved my colonist this way and my ship up here, I can't remember now. But very tricky. It would change everything if you could go through here if that is the rule, because I could have sent my ship this way, would have been much more efficient. Again, he was able to grab like this Saturn, a couple of these Saturns that he started with that one, but he bought this one, right? Yeah, no, maybe he started with that one too. I thought he got a couple of Saturns, which kind of made me nervous, like I should change my strategy. But yeah, very interesting, actually. I mean, despite the fact that it's not as fun as playing with the forum and the extra powers you get, being able to, that's exciting. Those are exciting moves to make. Having restraints, not as exciting as having free reign, but it does make for a very interesting game, if not as exciting. So, but this did provide a really tough nut to crack. And again, I made a couple mistakes here, and I did play some inefficiently. Honestly, if I lost, I deserved to lose because I didn't play the best. So let's sort these cards out, and we will find out our fate. I did manage to get some pretty decent numbers of these cards, though. So let's see. And again, I think. Maybe either I would build here immediately or I would just ignore those regions, but I did want to allow you to see the difference there. So let's do this. For Contrarius, can you see this? He starts with a couple of those. So, well, he's pretty well tied with me. I think these specialists is what's going to swing it. I think he got all the specialist cards. I say that, I mean, I let him take the specialist cards. I probably should have been more concerned with that. Okay, so totaling up my goods. Let's do that first. Let's try to see if I've got a very poor system of doing this. So let's take. Let's do the money first. So this is going to be me, and this will be him, and we're going to do Vesta. He doesn't get any points from that. Although I should also do our points from the board, so let's do that as well. 16, and I start with 20 as a little handicap, so I'll just put a little dash there. So this is 4, 9, 16, so it's 1 point. Wow. Right, oh, 10 points, excuse me. 10, no, it's 1 point for every 10. Yeah, so that's 1 point, although that'd be hilarious if that did swing it. Wow, this marker is fragrant. Okay, now that's it for that. Let's do Mars. That's pretty easy. It's 2 points per. I've only built 2, so that's 4. Sorry, 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. So that's Mars, and he's got 2 as well, and that's going to be. He's got 3. So 3 times 2 is 6 times 2 is 12. So he's edged me out a little bit here. The big ones are going to be the other 2. So let's see what it is. Minerva. Okay, so I get 4 points per wine, and unfortunately, I've only got 2. I wasn't able to get that one, and I couldn't. I 1 round earlier, I could have built that, but that production stopped. So that's 8 points. This is where he's going to like demolish me. Okay, so he's going to get 3 points for essentially all his houses here. So let's see, that's 3. I'm going to move it down here. 6, 9, 12. 15. Okay, so I just slid them to the edge there. Okay, so that's 15 points. And we can check in a minute if we've shorted him. So that's 15 plus the cloth houses, which is 1, 1, 2, I think there are only 2 actually because we couldn't build here. So that's only 10. So that's actually not too bad. That's going to be a 25. Oh, sorry, got to keep that on the screen there. And then I believe I can do every type of good. Is that right? Did I build in a cloth? Yes, I built in a cloth. Yes, in a tool. Yes, okay. So I've done all 5 goods times 2 or times 4 is 20 points. And I believe he's done the same, ME. He's got 2 as well. This is going to be a wash. He did a wine, yeah. Okay, so that's 20, so that's a wash. Now we're going to move on to, we did this one already. Okay, now we're going to move on to Saturn and Jupiter, which I've got 4, 4. He's got 3 and 3. Well, that might swing it. I think I might have got it somehow, some way. So here's Saturn, which is per region. We both built in blue, and we both built in, so I never kept up with this. We both built in blue, and we both built in here. I think we all actually are in every region, except he's got 1. So he's in this region, and I am not, and we're both in there. So it's actually a complete, he's here as well. So this is going to be a little easier to check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9. He's only missing 1, and I am missing 2. No, he's missing 2. So he's got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've each got 7. So I've got 7, 7 regions. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 7 times 4, so sorry, 28. I was second guessing how I was calculating this, and he's got 3 times 7, which is 21. So edged him out a little bit there. I might have gotten this despite all reason. So he's got, and I bought the last card, so I get the Concordia card as well. Well, I don't need to move it over here. I'll just say 7 points for Concordia. And then lastly, we've got the Jupiter. So Jupiter is 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've got how many houses in non-bricks? Okay, so this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 4 is actually 28 again. And then he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times 3 is 24. So quickly, we got 28, 48, 68, 73, 94, 95, 115, I believe. And this is 56, 63, 83, 91, 99, 120. Wow. Didn't seem like I should have been able to do that. Hopefully I scored all that correctly. I did sneak out a win somehow, but I guess I was on the easier setting. There's 3 settings for the solo. Well, I think that, oh, you know what? The Concordia card made all the difference at the end, I guess. So I guess we were both kind of hamstrung here. I had a couple weird ruling with Contreras. Anyway, this video has gone on long enough. Hopefully this gave you an idea whether or not this is a good, interesting one for you to try. You know, to get, maybe I might do a playthrough of the Roma one. We'll see. Hopefully I'll get a good overview and but I haven't decided that yet. Still a little fledgling channel, so you have to cut me a little slack. Hopefully you enjoyed that playthrough. But I'll see you on the next one. For now, I gotta roll.